Good morning, everyone, and I want to do a book opening of a recent book that just came in called Sanctuary: The Art of Yuumei. I hope I pronounce it correctly. And this is sort of the art of the cover, and then inside we see the actual hardcover art, which is another beautiful illustration. And taking out the full cover, we get to see the whole illustration at one go. So I'll put this one away for now, and then I'll flip through a little bit and then give a few more comments. Growing up under the smog of China, I dream of a blue sky. The canvas is where my hopes and dreams can come to life. Art is my sanctuary. Each painting is a reflection of my world, from the beauties of nature to the inner darkness and everything in between. I want to capture each fleeting joy and moment of sadness in these strokes of light and shadows. Art has helped me understand myself and reflect on the world around me. It helped me find peace in the chaos of it all. I hope the ephemeral thoughts and feelings captured in these paintings will also bring a little more peace into your days as well. So I'll stop here for now. I have a few more comments that I wanted to make about the art book in general, and this is mainly have to do with the layering and how they frame the artworks. And so when it comes with the vertical, there's absolutely no issues here. Quite beautiful, just full large framing with the titles on the side. And some of the previous artworks, as you can see, have a few more text involved as well. But I want to go back quickly to some of the more horizontal artworks where, as you can see, to view them you will have to obviously turn it to one end to view the art. But what happens is that the other artwork is then upside down, and so you will have to turn it around once more to take a look at it. And to give the benefit of the doubt is that I am pretty sure the artist wanted, or the designer of the book as well, wanted the viewers to just so focus on one artwork at a time. So the fact that the second art is sort of upside down allows us to then focus more on the one art piece, and then when we're ready to move on, then we just flip it over and then take a look. My perspective, and the first thing that would come to mind is that all of the art pieces horizontally would then be together, and then you just sort of flip upwards like so, and then it would sort of make a easier viewing experience. So there's one art piece where I think they could have done both, in the sense of art pieces that may not be connected to each other, and there is one more art piece where it is more reflective. So these two art pieces may not be connected as much compared to others, just as an example. So you want it to be separated, and then we have this one where it's more of a reflection, and so this one I think works quite well. And then one more example that I remember is somewhere here. So an art piece like this, where it's a similar topic of even like a fan art from the Princess Mononoke's series movie. I mean, having the two art pieces sort of be in the same orientation, I think would work or could work better since they are related, and to be able to see both of them in the same orientation, I think would sort of have a better viewing experience. So I think there could have been like a mixture again, where it's the same orientation, or some of the previous artwork is a reflection of one another, or the two landscape images do not relate, and so they are then separated. So that's the only sort of curious thing that I have thought of when looking and trying to experience the amazing artwork. Here would be another one where the topics are generally similar, of the two bikes and the character looking out into the amazing landscape and beautiful clouds, that both of them could sort of be orientated a similar way. While here another one where it's now two different topics and totally different style as well. This one is a much softer art style, very dynamic with like the winds blowing, quite powerful in its simplicity. And then this one is a different style, so them being separated makes a lot of sense. But going back to some of the favorite art pieces, these are definitely, and the later half of the book would be my favorite section of the book itself. This one is quite curious on how the anatomy works, where the shark, it looks almost like a mermaid, but it's a shark, and some of the other art pieces from other artists may put like the fish itself to sort of have its mouth open to almost swallow the bottom half, but here the mouth is closed, and so it sort of gets the viewer to question, how does her lower half body actually look, if this is actually her lower body. Very interesting how the seagull is sort of attached to her back, and it looks almost like she got wings. And then lastly, her hair, where it bleeds into the ocean as if it's part of the water itself. This is another very dynamic and change in art styles. And then this is certainly one of my favorite pieces, just the ribbons and how it looks like the rib cage and the backbone in itself. I love these two as well. The man with the cat and his eyes sort of being in front. Very cool. And just like the cover of the book itself, I got to know this person's artwork because of the illustrations with people playing music in particular. So here we have the illustration again. Just a beautiful illustration of the piano, and then other instruments as well, including the violin. I play the violin as well, so it's quite nice to see. The hand position is quite spot on for this illustration. With violin art, and I can't really comment on other instruments except for violin and maybe piano, and so viola or cello is somewhat similar, but the hand position on how people hold the bow is a little bit tricky. The same way here, it's a little bit tricky and not exactly like the proper technique, which is totally understandable. And sometimes people do hold the bow like this, but it's sort of a debate about like what is the correct technique. Here's another one with like better hand technique, and I suppose this is just something that only a maybe musician who plays the instrument would maybe care about or would know about. I'm sure maybe like a flute player in the previous illustration might have like a few comments as well about the hand positioning. but like to see like correct sort of illustrated hand technique when playing an instrument, I'm pretty sure will be appreciated by any musician who plays that instrument as well. With that said, I think that would be the end of this sort of book look through, and you should be able to find this book again in her or his website. I'm not exactly sure. Right here. And right now, when I check the website, it says that the books are still being fulfilled in Kickstarter, and then should be coming on sale again when the Kickstarter books have been fulfilled. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this sort of look through, and then I will see you all next time. Bye for now.